Welcome to another episode of Hard Lessons with Demel Hannah. I'm your host, Demel Hannah. Uh, my friend, he asked me to do a video about shit. I think he said. Can I make a video about the best motherfucker I ever met in prison? Video about the worst motherfucker I ever met in prison. Video about the funniest motherfucker. Prison don't work like that. If a motherfucker tell you that this is the best person he ever met in prison, I mean, that guy probably was like a father figure to him, a big brother. I didn't have no experience like that. You know, I grew up with big brothers, so I didn't go to prison looking for one. That's one thing. You know, my old man was present for about 11 years, so, you know, if I called you Pops in prison, it wasn't because, goddammit, I revered you as a father figure. It was just a respectful thing to do. You know, so I don't have a favorite person that I came in contact with. I don't know who was the fun. I did 17 years in prison from 1999 to 2016. I came in contact with 1 million motherfuckers. You know what I mean? But early morning hotty toddy. I got some people that I will name that I think got me here. You know, first person, JJ, James Johnson, I believe, old timer. I met him in 99, 2000 when I was going back and forth to segregation a lot. He worked in the law library facility back there in segregation, and you know, he challenged me. He asked me, did I want to go to home? And I'm like, man, what type of motherfucking question is that? Fuck yeah, I want to go home, man. You know what I mean? And he like, oh, okay, I was just wondering because whenever you come over here, your ass don't want nothing but cakes and cookies. And, you know, I'm like, shit, I'm hungry. What the fuck? I'm in segregation. And when I come over here, y'all got access to more cakes and cookies. So, shit, hell yeah, I want some that I can take back to my cell. But that don't mean I don't want to go home either. You know, so he started teaching me just simple stuff about the law, how to read it, how to research it, how to shepherdize and get updated cases similar to your case. You know, he just taught me, he taught me most valuable, man. That shit was valuable. That shit was valuable as hell, what he taught me. You know what I mean? You know, I expanded on that shit, but he gave me the keys, though. James Johnson, JJ, old time. He was a stone, too. That shit don't mean shit in prison. You know, old timers, they be want to help out young guys. So he knew, he didn't give a fuck. If he did know, he didn't care what I was. You know, once you progress through prison, you just be want to help people. You don't help them based off their affiliation. You know, you just be want to help people. So he helped me and shit, man. James Johnson. Man, I hope he in good health. I hope he out here in the street. I met him in 99, 2000. He had already been locked up like shit, 16 years. You know what I mean? Shit, that was 21 years ago. Jesus fucking Christ. I hope he out, you know. I got out 2016. He wasn't out yet. That was 32 years. You know, shit. But I hope wherever James Johnson is, he's in good health, man. You know, what you gave me is invaluable. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. He was one, James Johnson. I had a cellmate. He out now. You know what I mean? Wink. He challenged me in this regard. You know, when I came down to the Ville, I just wanted to be a gangster. When I got to Stateville, I was like, okay, I'm here. You know, I'm gonna be a gangster. You know what I mean? So, man, I used to read a lot of mob books. I'm glad I used to read them books. I'm glad I read them books at such a young age. Cause I was reading them books at 19. You know, I loved The Rise and Fall of John Gotti. You know, that was one of my favorites. Mr. Capone, one of my favorites. I read about 2-3 other books. I read about the Genovese family. And what I was doing, I didn't even know what I was doing at the time. But I was just really just learning how to be a gangster. You know, I thought I knew from the streets. But when you read and you read about like real live gangsters, you know, how they was running the country, not just a block, you know, and you read about how ethics and morals and principles was very important amongst those circles of individuals, you ingest that shit. So the more I read about mobsters, I was kind of becoming one. You know what I mean? I was kind of becoming one, and I'm glad. People used to make fun of me like, man, this nigga read mob books. Who the fuck he think he is? But I don't know where those stupid motherfuckers at right now. They probably, throughout their sojourn through prison, probably got the shit smacked out of them, raped, treated. None of that shit never happened to me. Never. You know what I mean? So, even though I didn't know what I was doing, I had an idea of what I was trying to instill in myself. But my cellmate Wink, he didn't like that shit, you know, because at the time he was on some spirituality shit. I didn't give a fuck about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give a fuck. I wanted to be a gangster. That's it, for real. So he'd be like, man, that's all you know. It's gang stuff. That's all you know. And I'd be like, that's all I need to know, motherfucker. What else is there to know? We in prison. What the fuck you want to get here and get to talking about Jesus now? It's too late. You know, that was my mentality. I was silly like that. I don't want to hear shit about no fucking Jesus or God or none of that shit, man. I'm here. They gave me 45 years. There ain't wasn't no God in the courtroom, man. You know, I'm a gangster. That's it. That's all. That's where I was. In 99, at 19 years old. That's what the fuck I was. That was my mentality. Come around me talking that God shit. I don't want to hear it. You know, I didn't want to hear it. I didn't give a fuck. You know, come around me talking some gangster shit, man. How we go get some money? Who go get killed? Who got killed? That's all the fuck I was interested in. You know what I mean? So he like, you gotta expand. I'm like, shut the fuck up, man. But those words he was trying to penetrate, they penetrated later on. You know what I'm saying? Those words he put on my heart and put on my head. They manifested later. So he would be in that category as one of, you know, the persons that impacted my life, and Buddha. You know, I met Buddha in segregation in Manila like 03, 04. And you know, he told me he expanded you know, my intelligence when it came to learning the law. He expanded it. You know what I mean? He had gave me ideas, blueprints. You know, just listening to him gave me law strategy. You know, so when I started walking physically in the courtroom, I took him with me. You know, his spirit, I took him with me. JJ, I took him with me, his spirit. You know, I was my own lawyer. You know, a lot of times I was my own lawyer, and I never doubted myself because I had their spirit with me. You know what I'm saying? I had their spirit with me. So those three guys, you know, they my favorite when it comes to people that really impacted my life while in prison. They did. They impacted my life while in prison, and I'm still appreciative to them. And I wish all three of them success. I hope they doing good. They in great health. I know one of them, you know, I just synced his ass yesterday. Wink. So yeah, those are my people. I don't have any favorite people, but in prison, I have a lot of people that I came in contact with. But those three, personally, you know, for me, you know, they did something for me.